Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Mohammad Badruddin and today I'm going to solve lab number 2 from Authentication module of server-side topics in Web Security Academy. So before going to the lab, this warning, this video and its content are only for educational purpose and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. That's been said, let's go to the lab. So in the previous lab, we found user enumeration vulnerability in the authentication uh, feature of the application. This time it's a bit different because in the previous layer we continuously getting the invalid username error whenever we enter the incorrect username. So first of all we find the username by enumerating, and once we put the correct username and the wrong password, then it gave us another error that is incorrect password. But here in this lab there is going to be a bit different because whether the username is correct or not, password is correct or not, you will even among both of them, if anyone is wrong, you will get the same error like invalid username and password. So at that instant, you will not know whether the username is incorrect or password is incorrect. So for that, we have to brute force for the username and enumerate and brute force. Both the things are there. Okay, same like before, but last lab was a bit easy because you see exactly what's going on in the web application. So developer fixed that error, and this time only one error is there: invalid username and password. So we got two word list. One is username and the second one is password list. So I already saved the username and password list with me. So if I go here, you can see both of these lists are there. This is the username list and this one is password list. Okay, so let's go and do our job. Okay, so this is the lab and this is the web application. So we go to the my account. Okay, start the web proxy and option, because 8080 service I'm using 8080 port with another service, so I'm using here 8088. Okay, fine. So I already turned off the intercept. Now let's go and check any random username and password. So admin and the password is 123456. We got here. Okay, this is the post request. So, and I think this will be more better. Yeah. So just wait a moment, I come back. So as we can see here, we enter the invalid username and some random username and password, and we got the error invalid username and password. So this credentials we put, and in the response we got invalid username and password. So uh, for this we will go and send this request to the intruder directly. Go to the intruder, go to the position. We don't need all these parameters, so we clear all these things. And first of all, we just need to enumerate the user. So just choose the username and add it. Attack type is sniper, no problem. Now go to the payload section and we will load the user file. So here is our user file, desktop, authentication, and this is the user's file. Fine. So we load this user file and resource pool is okay. Go to the options, and there is one thing new which you will learn today about the grep. So I just want to add the error we got. So the error we got was invalid username and password. This is the error. So just we need to highlight this portion, okay, and it will automatically take this, right? So make it okay, and the checkbox is automatically checked. Fine. So uh, it will check whether this string is there or not, or what's the effect. Fine. So let's go and start the attack. And once we start it, fine. So here you can see uh, before you got the request column, payload column, status column, error, timeout, length column. But this time we added one more column, that is wording what we choose from the response. The string is invalid username or password and full stop. So uh, while all these requests and response are going on, it is enumerating the username one by one. So what it is doing, it will check in the response every time whether this string invalid username and password is there or not. And if there is any change in the string, you will see the change here. Okay, so let it complete and we will see what we got. So I'm going to pause the video, and once this process is completed, I will come back. So welcome back. Uh, we got the username here. Now I'm going to describe how and why we need to add this string. Because in the last lab, what we do, we just in the payload we just add one list of the usernames and check one by one, and we identify the correct username by length. But here in this lab, you cannot identify it by length because the lengths are different, right? See, all the different lengths are there. So you cannot identify this by length because it is going to be very hard. And also all the status code is 200. So we cannot go with the status code and length. So what we did, we just get highlighted the warning, what we got, the error, what we got after incorrect authentication, and we add this in the grep match. So whatever grep extract, sorry. So whenever it gets this, so first of all, it's going to add one additional column, okay, and it will check. We can check if the username is correct, whether the password is correct or not. But when the username is correct, if there is any change in the error, right? So you can see all of these errors are invalid username and password, and at last there is a full stop. But if the username is correct, the error got changed a bit, right? So let's uh, just take this username announcements and copy this, and as you can see here, there is full stop. But when we put the correct username and the password is something 12345 6 wrong, so let's see what we got, and you can see the error is changed and the full stop has gone, right? Okay, so in that way we identify the correct username, and we can go and update it here. With perp, okay, using grep extract feature. Okay, so the username was announcements. Now it's time to brute force the password for this user. Okay, so what we will do, we will just close this, discard, don't need this. So the request is same, request is same, but this time because we already have the username, so we don't need this parameter to check. So clear this and put the username, correct username here, and this time we will brute force the password. So just add this parameter and go to the payloads. Now this list was username, so clear this and now load the password list. Okay, these all the passwords there. Now we are ready to go, no problem. And grep extract, we can leave it like that, no problem. So let's start that app. So this time the request is this announcements and 123, and let's see what is the response. So the response is invalid username and password, but the full stop is not there because the username is correct, right? Now how we will identify whether which password is correct or not? So that is very simple, because once the username and password both are correct and your request go for the authentication, it will redirect for the account page of the user. So whenever we hit here the right password, the status code will be 302. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video again, and once it's finished I will come back. So we got hit with the right password, and as you can see here we got 302 status. So let's check the request once. So the username is announcements and the password is Thomas, and go to the response, and as you can see you got the redirect status code. So let's just update this. Okay, and we got the password, that is Thomas, right? So Thomas. Now let's just copy the username, paste, and the password is Thomas. Just copy this and paste it here, and let's go. And we solve the lab. So as you can see, the user is Thomas. So thank you very much, but there is a homework for you. As we already did the previous lab with the custom script exploit, so you can go and create this script for enumerating the user and then password brute force the password. So create that script, let me know what you got, what errors you are getting, and let me help you in that, because that the previous lab and this lab is there is very little difference in both of them when you going to create the custom script. So do it and let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. If you feel the content is valuable, then go subscribe, like and share. Thank you very much. See you next time.